yours truly, Tay Wiz, of course, coming live and direct from the man cave as usual. For those subscribers out there that is not subscribed to the YouTube channel, hit that bell. If not subscribed to my Twitter page, hit that bird at TAE_WIGGS. And of course, I keep you in tune with the latest information going around the league. First and foremost, there was a couple of games on last night, and we had some doozies for real. The first game we had, I'm going to tell you, had the Portland Trail Blazers and Indiana Pacers. Can the Pacers take care of home business? That wasn't the fact right there. The Blazers went on the road and took care of the Indiana Pacers at home, beating them by 10, 103-93. Just some notable mentions, right? C.J. McCollum with 17 points, 6 rebounds, and also Damian Lillard with his 16 points. Not a good shooting night, but others did contribute. You have 4 players off the bench in double figures from the Portland Trail Blazers: Evan Turner, Caleb Swanigan. You had guys going Zach Collins, Nick Stauskas. Then you're looking at what happened for the Pacers. Victor Oladipo with his 21 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. Darren Collison with 17 points, 6 rebounds. Nate McMillan got this team going where he wanted them to be. But if you want to make an impression to be that team in the East, when the Western teams come from that long West Coast trip to come to your house, you got to defend the home court. You can't come out in the first quarter sluggish. That's what a lot of the Pacers have been losing their games at lately so far in this early season. You got to win these first quarters, and you have to win the turnover better. You got to be careless free of the ball. You can't just be turning the ball over all willy-nilly. And that's what led to this Indiana Pacers loss at home. You had the Atlanta Hawks taking on the Philadelphia 76ers. The Hawks is going to be a young team. Trae Young, like I said, so he's a volume shooter. He's going to have some nights he's not going to hit everything. And last night was one of those nights. 11 points, 5 for 13. Like I said, he's pressing too hard to get buckets. I'm saying your rookie year is your learning year. You got to slow the game down. You have to play your game. Don't rush it. That's what they want the young rookies to do. Get out there and play out their element. When you get out there and start playing out your element, out your game, this is the type of decision you're going to make. You're going to take bad threes. You're going to make bad decisions on passing. Just slow the game down, young fella, and everything else will open up. You can't have another game like this. 11 points and going 5 for 13. There's other ways you can get to the hole and get your teammates involved. You don't have to always shoot the ball. Be a distributor. You have to be a decoy some nights. And sometimes when you be a decoy some nights, other things fall in place for you. Kent Bazemore, after that 32-game performance that he had the other night for a career high, came back with 18 points and 3 rebounds. Now, by him being one of the longer tenure veteran guys on the Hawks, you need to pick up the scoring more. You need to do a little bit more. We know you're a defensive guy, but we need to see more of the offensive side of you. You need to bring something different to the team besides defense. See, can you get an offensive spark going and rally the troops to a victory? Because they're looking for you as being their veteran and longest tenure Hawk there to pick up the pieces and be that vocal leader. Not saying you're not a vocal leader, but the team want to see more. Going to Ben Simmons of the 76ers, we know he doesn't have a jumper. But, man, it's kind of hard to stop somebody going to the hole that's almost 6'9", 6'10". He almost had a triple-double. He's 1 assist away. He had 9 assists, 12 rebounds, and 21 points. Joel Embiid, first game so far this season, he didn't hit the double-digits marks with 20 points. He only had 10 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists. The guy is still a beast. He still does other things. Sometimes you don't have to get the 20 ball every night. It's the little things. He still plays defense. He's in your face. He's going to rebound. So these are the type of things that he's bringing. He's a decoy. He can shoot the jump. He can step back and hit a 3. He's a nice all-around big guy. And the one guy I compare him to as me watching the game for this long, I would say Akeem Olajuwon. Great footwork, got a nice little handle, and he plays his back towards the basket. There's not a lot of big guys in the league that can actually post up and create their own shots. If it is, only a handful of them. And those guys right now, they very rare to find in the NBA so far. You got Markelle Fultz is looking better. 16 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists. He's being a very tactful going to the hole. He did shoot a couple of jumpers. Like I said, man, just trust in yourself, man. Don't be scared to shoot them jumpers. They pay you the big bucks to shoot that ball. And the 76ers took care of business, 113-92 at the Hawks. This young Sacramento Kings team taking on the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat loses 113-123. I'm just looking at Hassan Whiteside, 16 points, 24 rebounds, and Josh Richardson with 30 points. So far, you know this is Dwayne Wade last year. I'm looking for Hassan Whiteside to be that guy. Bring that nasty. He had a good game last night. But if you want to beat teams like Sacramento, a young team like Sacramento, man, you got to bring it. You got to bring it. Sacramento's a young team. They long, they athletic. They gonna get out there and run the floor. But this Miami Heat team, if you look at their roster, this roster looks way better than what some people expected. Yeah, the record is not there, but they have the talent. Both teams have talent, but you're looking for a little bit more from this Miami Heat team. Yes, like I said, Hassan Whiteside has 16 points, 24 rebounds, but at the same time, he got to bring this every night. I'm looking for him to at least, he should be out here at least averaging 20 and 15 every night. Just got to put the other team in foul trouble. Willie Cauley-Stein wrote you last night. 26 points, 13 rebounds, and Willie Cauley-Stein runs the floor. That's one thing he did when he was at Kentucky. He's going to run the floor, going to get rebounds. He's going to defend. He's long. Looking at De'Aaron Fox with his 20 points and his 8 rebounds. It's getting better, man. This thing, he's real slender, skinny like a salamander, slithery. He can get to the cup, and he's very, very sneaky on defense. He has very, very active hands, and he had a couple of steals. He had a flush down. A lot of these guys, a lot of them point guards, man, look up to D Wade, man, because to me, D Wade might be top 3 all-time shooting guard in NBA history, man. That's to me. You know who number 1, number 2 is. Jordan and Kobe. Number 3 for D Wade, man. D Wade is that guy, man. A lot of people slept on him. It's not too many D Wade fans. I heard some people don't like his game, but I like his game for as a guard. Stocky guard, quick, agile. He can shoot the jumper, but he was not a good 3-point shooter. So one thing about Dwayne Wade that I like about his game, I compare him to a little De'Aaron Fox. He can get to that cup at will, and they're not scared to put the ball on the floor and drive and put their head down and drive to the cup. So the Sacramento Kings took care of business on the road, 123-113 over the Miami Heat. The Brooklyn Nets taking on the New York Knickerbockers. The person I've been worrying about so far in these last couple of seasons is D'Angelo Russell. When he's going to break out that shell. Been in the league now, I would say 4 years now. And I'm looking for him to take his game to the next level. To me, his game is still like he's stuck at Ohio State. 13 points, 3 rebounds. Your first year, you have some ups and downs, so you still learn the game. Second year, you should be okay. I'm gonna try something new. Third year, you should be breaking out of that shell and becoming another creature on the court. Fourth year, you should be all right. I got this. I'm almost a 5-year veteran. I got to get things going. And he's still coming out here getting you 13 points and 3 rebounds. Jumper is a little bit suspect. He can drive to the hole. When he's hot, he's hot. We've seen games in the course of the years. He had games with the Brooklyn Nets and the Lakers. He can shoot the ball crazy from outside. But the whole thing I'm worried about him is consistency. You got to be consistent so day in and day out on this NBA level, or you will begin eating alive. Right now, the Brooklyn Nets fall 96-115 to the Knicks. Rondé Hollis-Jefferson, 16 points, 7 rebounds. Looking for him. Another guy who had all the tangibles coming out of college. You looking for how can these young men, to up their game. You're looking at teams like the Brooklyn Nets. The one thing I miss about the old NBA in the 90s, that each team around the league had at least 4 to 5 guys on their team that at least played 12 years plus veterans. Now you talk about your veterans are in the league 9 years in, 27 years old. That's not a real veteran. A real veteran is like somebody sitting on the bench or in the starting lineup 16 plus years in the league, is giving these young guys game. The only game I know these young guys do is, and I look around the league, they play Fortnite. They go on sneaker shopping. That's the only craft they perfected. And now these guys not in the gym room putting that time in to get better. You want to see your product on the floor better. People want to cheer for their hometown team. You go to certain cities are not going to win every night because a lot of these guys are not putting the forefoot front to be the person they're supposed to be on the floor. So you got to get your game better. You can't be out home playing video games, sneaker shopping, get in that gym room. You got one job, man. Get in that gym room. Get better. You talk about you want to be the best? If you want to be the best, you got to get in that gym room to be the best. So I'm looking at these guys. I'm Tim Hardaway Jr. for the win. 25 points, 8 assists. He's not like his father, but I can tell you one thing. He can shoot that 3 very damn well. Enes Kanter, working out, putting his time in the summertime. You see what he's doing. 15 to 15. 15 points, 15 boards. Me personally, I would like him in the starting lineup instead of coming off the bench. I think he give you a little bit more in the starting rotation to do more things. But Fizdale got them boys. He know what he's doing. He's making them trust the process. And Fizdale is a good coach. And they have Porzingis back. Once they get Porzingis back, and they can find another scorer, the New York, like I said before, man, last segment, man, the Knicks could be running off a lot of stuff, man. You got two teams that have battled the unbeatens. You have the Toronto Raptors going against the Milwaukee Bucks. The Milwaukee Bucks are today best start since 1971 and 72. The last time that happened, I think they had a guy on their team named Lou Alcindor and I believe Oscar Robertson. Right now, the Milwaukee Bucks. I didn't see this one coming this season, but we knew they had an MVP type candidate in Giannis Antetokounmpo. And the best part about this game last night, going back and forth from NBA League Pass, that Giannis didn't play. Giannis didn't play, nor Kawhi Leonard. And this game still had playoff admirations to it, as where you seeing other guys can do other things. As you're looking at for the Raptors, you had Serge Ibaka with 30 points, 9 rebounds. That's good. You have Pascal Siakam, 22 points, 8 rebounds. The young guy can shoot. The young guy can move. Siakam remind me of a young Serge Ibaka. Raw and athletic, still learning the game in certain parts or on the floor, feet work. The guy can get a bucket, man. He can get a bucket. But one thing about him, I'm going to say, got to be consistent. The whole word for today of this segment is consistency. Once you're a consistent player and goes through a great routine every night, you got your favorite meal. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If you got a certain routine that you go through every day, for pre-game and after game, stick with that. Wherever he did for Siakam, stick with that routine and bring it again next night. Like I said, no Kawhi Leonard, but you had Kyle Lowry with 9 points and 15 assists. This is the part I'm talking about Kyle Lowry. He looks good when he got the other guy next to him. But when you got Kawhi Leonard sitting down, this should be archaic. Kawhi's leading the team and scoring with 28 points per. But this should be a time where I can take my game to the next level. Still have he had a horrible shooting night. But I'm looking at where you gotta get shots up. He's a streaky scorer. That's the one thing I've been noticing about him for the last couple of years of him watching him playing. Like when he's playing for the Grizzlies and the Houston Rockets, he's a streaky shooter. He gonna have some nights. He gonna hit you with about 4 or 5 games where he gets you 20 plus points. Then the next couple of games, you're like, dang, Kyle Lowry only had 2. The next night he give you 6. But like this is a typical night right now I'm looking at. He had 9 points last night. He has to be more aggressive of getting his shot up and attacking that hole. Because when he's off, he's off. That's anybody. But when he's off, he's definitely off. As the young Bucks with no Giannis Antetokounmpo, the former Rookie of the Year a couple of seasons ago, Malcolm Brogdon, 17 points, 5 rebounds. Ersan Ilyasova with 19 points, 10 rebounds, double-double. That's what I'm talking about, a veteran. When the guy go down, that's a veteran that steps up and say, you know what? No Giannis, no problem. I'm gonna put it on me. I'm gonna get buckets. And that's what he did. And Eric Bledsoe with his 17 points. They're getting points from everywhere. And this team, if you look at the Milwaukee Bucks roster, this team is pretty deep. Like I said, if you have that NBA League Pass, it's a must-have. Milwaukee Bucks took care of business at home, 124-109. The San Antonio Spurs and the Dallas Mavericks kick off for a Texas two-step. The Spurs took care of home court, 113-108 against the Dallas Mavericks. The young rookie, Luka Doncic, 31 points, 8 rebounds. This guy is awesome to watch, man. Very fun. You know one thing I like about him? Very, very fundamentally sound. He can get anywhere on the floor, anywhere. Get shots up at no point given. And you could tell overseas when he's playing over there professionally over there in basketball that he learned a lot of things. He's a tough guard, and he's a walking bucket. He's a tough guard. He's not scared to get his nose dirty on the defensive end. And you like guys like that because it brings out the best of everybody. DeAndre Jordan, even though they lost, they had 8 points and 18 rebounds. Another guy who's is a 7-footer in my eyes. Been in the league now for almost 8-9 years. And still give me 8 points. And the one thing that people probably not noticed about him this year, he's shooting 86% from the free throw line. 86.7 rather. You want to round it up, it's 87. He's shooting 87% from the free throw line. And the guy is out here shooting very well from the free throw line. He got a good routine. But the whole thing about him, man, this Dallas Mavericks team has a nice roster. When you got guys like DeAndre Jordan giving you 8 points sometimes on a nightly basis, that shouldn't be happening. He's a 7-footer. He can run on the floor like a gazelle. This guy should at least be giving you at least 18. 18 to 15 a night. Putting the pressure on the other opposing team front court on defense. It's not doing that. 8 points, 18 rebounds. That's what he's going to give you. I'm just looking. Dennis Smith Jr. had 22 points last night. Make it look easy. But like I said, if they can get Dirk Nowitzki back out there and get another volume scorer, another shooter, this team, like I said, this team can surprise a lot of people. DeMar DeRozan is fitting in just well a Popovich offense. 34 points, 9 assists. What else you want the guy to do? LaMarcus Aldridge, 20 points, 6 rebounds, and not to mention right now, Rudy Gay had one hell of a game last night. 6 steals, 11 rebounds, and 15 points. And that's how you get wins. If Rudy Gay can bring that same intensity every night, he can do it. Like I said, man, coming out of UConn, man, this guy had very, very high standards. He's not been living up to his standards since he's been in the league. He give you flashes and glimpses of it. This guy Rudy Gay could be easily in the league averaging about 28 points per game, man. I don't know what's going on with Rudy Gay, but Rudy Gay when he came out of college, I thought he had Hall of Fame type material basketball game. And right now, man, he should be way, way more dominant than this. They took care of business, though. That's the only thing that mattered. Lakers, I did watch. LeBron James' worst start so far in his career. With the Lakers are 2-5. They lost a heartbreaker 120-124 against the T-Wolves. LeBron had 29 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists. His 6th double-double of the season. Kyle Kuzma with 19. Brandon Ingram with 24. And Lance Stevenson with 11 points. And, Rondo had 10. This Lakers team is one of the worst teams on defense. They're not going to run the floor like that. They're one of the worst transition teams back in the offense as well, too. I mean, not the offense. Sorry, I take that back. The one of the worst transition teams on defense. Not gonna get too many good looks of scoring. I mean, they need another scorer. Another scorer. They don't have a real 3-point threat shooter. And LeBron James can't be having where he's going through first quarters only getting 2 to 0 points. You the veteran. You got to set the tone. You playing in L.A. Kobe did it. Shaq did it. Them guys never had quarters like that, to my knowledge, of them playing in the purple and gold, having quarters of 0 points. Kobe and Shaq would put that team on their back, and he gonna carry them to the promised land. LeBron, sometimes you gotta put that team on your back, man. That's what you signed up for. You over there in L.A., put this team on your back and rally the troops to a victory. You can't let these guys feel their way through and learn things. You teach them on the fly, on the floor as you go. You gotta set the tone. You got to. Jimmy Butler with 32 points, 6 rebounds. Hitting threes, playing defense. He's going to play defense. Yeah, he'll be getting booed, and some of them boos will turn to cheers or to MVP chants. But one thing about Jimmy Butler, he's going to bring it. Karl Anthony Towns, 25 points, 16 rebounds. And they won a game. By watching this game, the Lakers start complaining about fouls. Man, play through it. Play through it. The opponent look at you and see, guess what? We got them beat mentally. And they took the game to another level. What's his name? Okobe? For the T-Wolves? Nice pickup, man. Nice pickup. Works hard. You can see it you can tell he practiced hard. You guess what? Guess where he probably got that from? Even though he probably already had it, he learned some more stuff from Jimmy Butler because Jimmy Butler gonna bring it every night. Bring it hard. The Lakers gotta get together, man. Like, seriously, you got to get together. You got to go out there and get you a 3-point shooter. You need a sniper. This is the first time I've seen a LeBron James team with a sniper. He at least keep 2 or 3 of them. He at least keep one to start, let him keep 2 on the bench. The Lakers got to do something now because right now it's gonna be a tough road. Maybe not playoff like, but they do make the playoffs. They better make a run. They need to go ahead and win about 6-7 games in a row. New Orleans Pelicans with no Anthony Davis as they fall 111-116. Like I said, if you don't have the NBA League Pass and you not watching this young Denver Nuggets team, I'm looking at Jamal Murray, 23 points, 5 steals. Then I'm looking at Gary Harris, 23 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. You had Nikola Jokic, 12 points, 9 rebounds, and 10 assists. And you still had Paul Millsap with 18 points. It's going to be tough trying to beat them Denver Nuggets at home in that Pepsi Center, man. That altitude, 5,280 feet above sea level. Who's going to beat them? Who's going to beat them, man? This team is very nice, and people's not taking them lightly. They're deep. Like I said, they still missed another score. Easily. Julius Randle off the bench for the Pelicans, 24 points, 8 rebounds. Meritovich with his 17 points, 10 rebounds. This team's still a problem too. Even though they only lost by 5, and you still had no Anthony Davis, and y'all still lost by 5. If Anthony Davis would play last night, this game could have been easily won by the Pelicans. I would say probably by 8. It's because Anthony Davis is just a difference maker out on the floor. These guys are young and athletic. They can get to it. Like I said, get that NBA league pass. That's the rundown from your boy Tay Wiggs, man. Peace.